And we are live. Welcome back to the campfire and the last word with Lord Cognito and Ebontis, fresh on a Friday morning. How you doing, sir? There's a lot going on with Destiny, man.
What was this halftime speak we threw out last week?
Yeah.
We're in the doldrums right now. We're in this halftime zone, dude. Even on Tuesday, I log in and I was like, hey, there's probably not that much going on. Thought about doing a weekly reset. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I can work out like in an hour and then come back and then start my stuff. Literally drive to the studio, getting ready for class, like checking Twitter. I was like, oh God, what is going on?
What is this?
I mean, I'm glad I went. I'm glad I got the workout in because normally it was like I wouldn't have the time, but there wasn't exactly a rush, but we'll kind of get into that. But yeah, man, like how much have you been into this thing? Because I've been deeper in than I thought I would be for sure when it started.
Uh-oh. You froze. My boy's frozen. No. He's got a frozen screen. Oh, he's back. He's moving.
Yeah, computer froze. Weird.
All right. Woo, he's back. Salute to the Discord
gods. That was very weird.
Yeah, he just like, and I was like,
everything froze. That was very strange.
Yeah, he was in the corridor of time just then. Anyway, so it looks like we're back. Chat, let us know if we're back official. Because so for me, I'm gonna be honest, like I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I was just sitting there. I was like, what is this? And Osiris has a quest, and we're trying to figure out what's going on, and then we start the quest, and I'm like, all right, let me jump in there, and then I just was in this maze. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. I'm not smart enough to even decipher what this is. So I'm going to fall back and let the experts do this. And I'm going to reap the benefits when y'all figure it out. And I'm figuring, it's probably like an hour, 2 hours or something, raid sequence. Nah, man.
Dude.
Yeah, so this is something different. This is something completely different. I'm amazed at how far it's going on, but I want to start, not attack you, but I want to give some lashings out to the community because just recently, a bunch of people, and I want to shout out some people too, went on stream and they were talking about, these quests are too easy. There's nothing to do, and I don't know, and I missed complex Destiny and hard Destiny, and the hardcore needs to be. Well, damn it, you got something to do. So go figure it out with your hardcore got nothing to do left in Destiny self.
It has been.
Oh, my raid's over.
Oh no, I mean that's been literally a funny thing you've seen out there. Everybody's like, oh, it's too easy. Bungie's like, oh, well, here you go. No, it's too hard.
Yeah. Smacked them right in them. I love what Bungie did. Smacked them right. Because you know what's funny? Bungie knows us. They knew after that Devil's Ruin which part of the community.
The person who made this was like, Devil's Ruin, and be like, oh, this is too easy. They're like, and it's literally like the evil accent, like, wait.
Just you wait.
Next week, the mystery cometh.
Exactly. Here's the funny part. Remember, me and you even alluded. We were like, look, we looked at that map. We were like,
oh, yeah, there's a big hole.
It's too much of a gap. Me and you both hinted. We're like, nah, man, something's cooking in here. We don't know what, but something's cooking in to see where it goes. Now, I kind of, shout out to WB Prescott, I feel it's not your type of gameplay. We got to see where it leads. Now, I want to kind of talk about something, but it's kind of spoilery, and I don't know if you want to go there, but I kind of want to go there, and I think you know what I'm talking about.
Whoa.
Did you read Tassie's latest article? No.
Maybe.
Okay. Did you
be vague before you spoil something?
All right, I'm going to be very vague to the chat and anybody who does not want me to spoil.
On Twitter, he's just been trolling everybody, which has been hilarious.
Yeah, but people are trolling. However, there have been data mines of certain things, and I just want to know if y'all know, not saying that this is where this whole thing leads, but one particular thing was found with audio tracks of a certain person we know, and it's a very interesting concept. So I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I don't think you. I don't think you know.
I haven't looked. No.
Oh man, damn! I can't talk about it. It is. I will say this. This what has been data mined. Forte knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, Forte definitely knows because we was in a Twitter stream together. What has been data mined, if true, shout out to the highway going by, if true, is a very unique concept. And all I will say is that if true, I can see how this concept can set up Destiny 3 based on just one thing. And it's a lot. But yeah, all I will say is something has been found. Based on what's been found and data mined, there has been audio data mined. And the audio is very, very important and borderline chilling. So yeah, it's deep, bro. It's deep. So we ain't gonna touch it. I ain't gonna say nothing about. Shout out to Migas. He said, "Sadly, I know about this." So. Yeah, Migas. He says, "Sadly, I know about the." I think it is probably one of Bungie's coolest ideas. I think it's definitely gonna happen.
We might get to, I'll get to that at the end because I want to kind of read it with you. So I baby scanned it, but I was like, yeah, we might save that one for the end for spoilers. So
save it for the end. Save it for the spoiler. Yeah, it's huge, man.
End. But yeah, we will mention that towards the end. Complete giant warning, caveat, flailing arms, and all that stuff. So that will be
IMSGT nut. He said, yeah, I read all of it. What you think? Oh, he said about that. Neo Mental. Well, damn it, I need to know. Go read Tassie's article. It's. I will say it's one of these kind of moments. It's definitely one of these, and I was like, "Yo, they gonna do this? Whoa!"
I was like, I feel like you almost. I don't know. I was like, I didn't read that deep, and but I was like, something this expansive. Like this level of puzzle, and then everybody gets something at the end. They could be sending us on a wild goose chase for how the puzzle's being solved, but either way, it's like it can't be small. This cannot be something small. And honestly, it was like if they did it again for just an exotic like Outbreak, I was like, even that wasn't going to be good enough for me. Even that was going to be good enough for this. Outbreak was over 19 hours. Figuring out our codes, walking through, putting the puzzle together, and then getting the emblem, and then being like, "Oh damn, there's a phase 2." That's like Outbreak was phase 1 of this thing. I feel like
yes. This is like, man. Oh, shout out Diz. He went to stop and say, "Go salute, Diz. Appreciate you, bro."
Good morning.
Yeah, man. This is definitely next level, man, and it's definitely intense. I cannot wait when we get to it. Because my mind cannot stop thinking about it.
My mind's telling me no.
Yeah. My body. That's where we at right now. Because I'm dying to talk about it. We'll get to it. But anyway, other than that, it's just cool to see that this is a very community-driven kind of thing. Yeah. And let's just be real. This is for the hardcore. This is for you, E. This is for you guys to get together, put your little maps and your hexagrams, do your little biochemistry diagrams. You know what I'm saying? This is for you guys. So, I mean, is it the most action-packed thing? No. But it's going to lead to something. It's going to lead to something big now.
Well, it's like, so for those who don't know what in the hell we are talking about, unless for some reason, been living under a rock for a little while or something of that nature. Want me to break it down kind of like the progression of what happened this week? So we're like, Tuesday, everything's like mind-blowing. People are like, what actually happened? So basically, we log in on Tuesday. There's a quest at Osiris. It says, hey, you found Saint 14. Maybe there's more in the corridors of time. I'm like, okay, so as you said, go into the corridors of time, same probably like I did. I was like, okay, I went right in. I was like, this just seems to be going. There is no end. And I was even in Twitch for like chat for a little while. I was like, you guys have any idea what the hell's going on here? Like, because I tried to put no spoilers in chat and I was like, hey, maybe you'll figure something out in here. And then I think in Twitter and like quick scrolling, somebody was like, obelisk. I was like, I'm sorry, what? So then then you go to the obelisk and you're like, oh, there's a code. So what's the code? Well, then I took that code back into, I was like, okay, so these are the same symbols. Went back into the corridors. Then we're trying to figure out how to read this thing. I was like, okay, so start at the top, go around. That didn't work. Then we started at 1. That actually did work when you go in the middle. Then we get to the end. We get our first little symbol on the floor. So I take a picture of that because this thing has even more crap all over it. And you get a lore page. And then when you get the lore page, people are like, yeah, it's 1 of 19. And you're like, oh, God. And I was like, when do you get the next one? They're like, yeah, they're coming every hour. I was like, I'm sorry, what? 19 hours we got to wait for this thing? I was like, I have to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning. I'm not going to make it. But I stuck with it as long as I could. Like sticking with them, waiting every hour, kind of messing around in there. And that's why I was doing what I was doing. I was like, all right, well, we have to wait every hour. We can't force this thing for most of it because you can't really like even brute force it until you know a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just to like guess the path because
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of them. So I was trying something completely different to where I was like, okay, so if you go in the same door every time, what happens? Because it's like going in, well, yes and no.
Right.
First times it's a loop, thanks to Migas, who was helping me last night as well. He went through the
Smooth.
hex door 100 times.
Damn.
That man was definitely putting in some work too.
Damn.
Didn't loop. But this is after so first time I went through, I was like, okay, so I made it through like 13 and it ended up being 14, so I had to go back through. But they're not totally random. Like if you start on one and you head down a certain path, you're going to see the same things every time.
Right.
Like whatever that sequence is, isn't totally random for at least a long, long time. So I was like, okay, does this mean something? Can you actually start like mapping out the connections to how this place is put together? That kind of fell off as like the 19 puzzle came out and I slept, as everybody did, woke up, and then people had all 19 of them solved. They had to figure out the exact path of the 19. You get to the end and you get a new symbol.
So you're not done? You weren't done?
So you get an emblem, so that's like a tiny checkbox in the like mayhem that is your life. So now the symbol, now the one at the end that threw me is the fact that so every one of the little, basically you get to the end. For anybody who hasn't done this yet, I'm just trying to explain it for audio listeners as well.
Yeah,
You would go through, every time you would enter a room, there was 5 doors. Above each door was a symbol, and basically the code would be the kind of, you're going to go in door number 1 first, and then 2, and then 1, and then 5, and that's kind of how you'd go through. When you get to the end, it says Time Lost Vault. And what it would be is in the middle of the room is this little kind of grassy platform sitting on like a glass stage, basically. Small little plaque that looks like it has the character classes and then one other filler symbol. It looks like a small tomb with a sword on the top, which everybody keeps wondering if like exotic swords are coming back. That's one of the big theories that was pretty quick. It's a sword. You could probably have a decent theory on that. And then below the floor is, and also above, so I guess the underneath, but like a mirror, is all these little gray hexagons and one big hexagon in the middle. As soon as it has this little, like when you get to the edge of the glass, it's like question, question, question. You can activate it like a button. You do that, you look down, and then all these symbols start showing up. So the same ones you were running through the doors are on the ground. And then of the big hexagon, which is surrounded by a whole bunch of little ones, is like lines to draw the hexagon. They could be solid or there could be a gap. So that it took all 19 of those getting put together to build the original map, because the gap means, yeah, you can move through here like a maze. It's an open space. But every one of those had a symbol in the middle. Every single one had a clover, a hex, a diamond, whatever it was, there was something in the middle. When you go to the end of the 19, typically if you look at the odds, yours isn't going to have squat in the middle. It's going to have the jigsaw like orientation set up on the outside. Like all the little symbols on the outside, if you picture a jigsaw puzzle with the like, you know, weird little wiggle piece that's going to connect to the opening of the wiggle piece.
Spot.
Well, basically what it works is if like those 7 symbols match to those 7 symbols on the other side, they go together.
Gotcha.
So all that being
he
said,
said there's
now,
also he said there's a ghost shell at the end of the sword, and the symbol on the plaque is the one that represents the vanguard. Is what he's saying.
Oh, all the lines. Okay, I can see that.
Okay. Cool. Shout out to Bugle's Tasties coming up with 2 perks for weapons that he submitted to Bungie.
Oh God.
The Divorcer.
I feel like somebody's going through some stuff in life right now.
Yeah, he definitely was not enthused while watching this quest, so he came up with perks to give the Bungie. Salute. That's too funny.
Divorcer. Alimony. Those are
And
hilarious.
the alimony. Every could grant you enemy's health and ammo.
Those are brutal.
Those are brutal. The divorce, Alan. Come on, man.
So if you guys go look out on like Twitter, they've had a progression of, but the difference is when I get to the end and I see my jigsaw piece, and I look down, it's got no symbol in the middle. It's got a hexagon with like maybe 2 sides open. It's got all the pieces around. The one I get at the end is different than what you and everybody else gets at the end. So then now people are like, okay, everybody's getting different stuff. This is where the
Mhm.
community started coming together. Big streamers, of course, have large audiences, so they
Mhm.
started pulling people in.
Mhm.
They were putting databases together saying they basically made like letter codes for like the jigsaw puzzles. What's the middle
Mhm.
symbol? Which sides are open?
Mhm.
And fell asleep watching me do my spreadsheet. Yeah, I know it's an
Yes, I'm
exhilarating
dying
stream.
laughing right now.
Totally is. Totally is. Yeah, this is not the stream time for everybody, I will tell you,
Yes,
but
yes,
it
clearly,
has
yeah.
been a lot of fun for some of us.
Mhm.
But yeah, so they're on like I was watching the spreadsheet yesterday. Lona was part of it too, and he was on like line 3,000 or something insane.
Jesus.
Yeah, like everybody, because it's like you can do one per character, and I
Mhm.
don't know if it's per hour you can get a new one, but they
Mhm.
just keep submitting these things to the like to the
Wow.
collective mind basically, and trying to put it together.
Mm.
And then Photoshop people are like going through trying to build this thing, and the image is so
Mhm.
ridiculously big, it's not even funny.
Mm.
This is kind of where we're at. So phase
This
one,
is
you
where
go
we
through
at.
you figure out the 19 pieces. You could technically do that yourself once you figure out all 19 codes. Then you could
Mhm.
go through, put the map together, figure out how to get through it, the opening to the exit, go through, get your emblem, and then when you get your piece,
Mhm.
yeah, Pike, we're not doing
Yeah, I
no,
know.
we're
I was
not
about to
doing
have
that
to, I have to
spoiler
shut him
stuff quite
down.
yet. So
I
hold
gotta
tight.
shut him down.
We don't know, but data miners definitely have been talking, but we will cover spoilers at the end.
Mhm.
So yeah, we have giant puzzles and like they've made, a 50-piece connection. It doesn't seem to make sense. There's a lot of space pieces, there's a lot of like lines and walls that don't connect. There isn't a
Mhm.
path of anything yet, but they have
Mhm.
huge connections and things going in there. So, I don't know, man. After like seeing do you want to like take the
What's up?
person at Bungie and shake their hand or slap them? I'm kind of curious.
Listen, man. I mean, again, these type of things, notoriously for me, I have never done. Like even during Outbreak Prime, and they had the binary, and like, dude, I would say when y'all figure it out, holla at your boy. I will join
Send me
in
the
for the
video
fun.
over, type up a guide, we'll put it on
Yeah,
lordsofgaming.net, and we'll be good
there
to
you
go.
go. Exactly. That's where it's gonna go up here when you guys finish it. So my thing is, look, no, don't get me wrong. But the way I look at it like this, Devil's Ruin was for me. I got my lore, I got my banter that I've always wanted with Saint and Osiris and Shax. I'm good. So this right here, like I said, this is for the hardcore of the hardcore, and I love that it exists. I love that it exists. It's just not anything I pride myself on doing. Like that's literally where I'm at with this. I am very curious though to see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? I have to ask you a couple questions since you've been very knee deep in this. Um, is any of this part of my savior triumph that I need to get?
No.
Okay. I thought I had to do this.
No, there's a
I thought I
full lore
had to do it.
book. Let you if you go through and put all 19, like go through the corridors of time 19 times, there's a 19-page lore book that you can get. But none of this is
Mm-hmm.
specifically I haven't seen, at least. I don't think it's part of the triumphs or secret triumphs in there. You
Okay,
might
because I was
I don't know.
yeah, I was worried that maybe the 19 or some part of that emblem, maybe that's
Yeah, the
part of
emblem
it.
says source question. It's like I mean
Because
it's
there's a
cool, but
couple of
yeah, I don't know.
secret ones inside the thing.
Yeah.
Now I did Legend Sundial, and again, shout out to Destiny PC LFG. Yo, salute. My first time doing it. A noob to it. So easy. So, I mean, seconds, brother. It's like someone put it out. Hey, running Sundial, got 4, join. Is a join slash with a code. You literally copy paste that into your text box and boom, shoot you right into the fire team, and we were ready to go do legend. And I'm like,
Nice.
all right. It was seamless. And they were all text chatting. Hey, everybody's before we're in orbit, everybody's got what they got. Are you ready? I guess we had a good group, knocked that bad boy out. And so I just want
Like
I
was
guess
it
my thing is
DestinyLFG.net? Was that the one you used or
I
what?
used the Discord. I used the
Oh,
Discord Destiny.
okay.
Yeah, used it, bro. The Discord from Bungie, Destiny 2 PC LFG. Fire.
Nice.
That is the way. I'm super now, mind you, I'm coming from Xbox. And I'm an Xbox LFG guy.
Oh, I know.
I will ride or die with that. Like that's one of the best experiences because PlayStation doesn't have it. I have to admit. And then the fact you don't got to talk to nobody because everybody's just texting away. Like, that's the advantage. Yeah. Like, now, I got to see, though, in defense of Xbox, I got to see how that works with a raid. Because what's cool is they have all the raids, what you call listed. So it'll be like Scourge, what you call the pass, Leviathan.
Yeah.
Different activities. And I will say, the population in there is, I mean, literally, you know how I tested it? Because you know how I still need to do Spire Stars because I really want my Sleeper Catalyst, right? I was looking in the Leviathan and the Spire Stars LFG text chat room. Bro, it was like every 10 minutes. Hey, ready to run? Hey, a lot of guys running Sherpa ring in there too.
Nice.
I'm like, wow, impressive. So that's that. So I just got to find out what I need left for my lore book because Savior is going to be the first title I go for.
Nice.
I just want to make sure I don't miss it. But yeah, I just want to know in reference to the quest, is there anything, do we know if anything is tied?
I don't think so yet.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to need the whole lore book for it. They haven't done that with a title. I guess they have with other ones like Cursebreaker. You needed like the full lore bits, but I don't think it is. Maybe like, I don't know. I haven't checked that Triumph in a little while. I'll have to check it after this. So I could be wrong. If it is, chat, listeners, all that, don't throw me under the bus yet. But
yeah,
it is.
Shout out to WD Prescott. He was saying that they're giving credit to everyone working on it, but it's not likely they can list out every name or person adding a screenshot. Plus, this isn't the time to think of personal attribution. This is a time where we work as a whole, doing our part, and it gets solved because we all pitched in. I think that's the general consensus. Yeah. This is a community event. And that's why, like I said, it's not my cup of tea, but I like the concept beyond. I like what it's doing for you guys. Yeah. I like that you guys are coming together. I like seeing the hardcore happy about doing something. That excites me. I like when y'all happy.
It's also killing me when Dylan or 8 damage is like, we also won't put out the TWAB until Glad gets a nap. Glad has got to get some sleep, man. He is losing his mind. I mean, shout out to him. He's crushing it. And probably he's got blood in his caffeine stream at this point. But yeah, some of those people need to sleep.
Yes.
And they have been trading shifts and stuff back and forth a little bit. But
shifts?
No, I'm serious. Be like, hey, I'm taking off. Let me go ahead and give it over to Sweatsicle. He's going to do it while I sleep. I come back. Lono's always up in the morning. He's on that 7 o'clock morning shift. Like, I've seen different people for the last 2 days make this rotation, and it is cracking me up, man.
It's the beauty of Destiny. This is what Destiny's at its best. When we have those secrets, again, they know what they got to do, and that's why, again, I'm ride or dying for Season of Dawn. It is the first season. There is no raid, no dungeon, no premium pinnacle PvP activity, and we are still finding ways to have fun. That's impressive. Regardless of what people say. That's impressive, man.
Yeah, so even...
It ain't the Menagerie, but it's number 2.
That's different.
That's Season of Opulence, but it's number 2. Number 2 annual pass content.
Well, yeah, that had a raid and the Menagerie. That is like, it's a pretty stacked deck there.
It's a pretty stacked deck right there.
Yeah, so we had fun watching me Master XL. Yeah. But even like last night, for example, I was working with Migas and some of the chat. Some of you guys were definitely in there and passed through. But it's weird how the quarters of time are set up. Because if you don't know the code, you can just honestly go like straight or pick a door and just go forever. Doesn't really seem to have an issue. But there are only 4 main rooms in there. There's a cauldron room. There's a tree room. There's the one with the pillar in the middle, kind of the busted pillar. And then there's the one with like a baby traveler in the middle.
Right.
Those are the only 4 rooms. Right. Now, some have lasers, some have electric floors.
Yeah.
But it did seem, and this is where I'm wondering how this thing is built.
Right.
Like, some weird, crazy Matrix thing, because we were testing this, Migas and I were last night. I had, and it works out that I had the ammo finder on because those things glow, so they're very obvious. So I had like a heavy ammo brick, a blue engram, and a heavy ammo brick, like in a pretty specific spot. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to keep running through the top middle door. And the next thing to come back, it was over here on my left. I'm like, what the hell is it doing over there? Same like far side of the room, but now it's on the left. Then I'd go through a couple more doors and it's over by the start on my right-hand side. I'm like, what are you doing over here?
What?
And then I'd run through again and it'd be off to the left. Then I'd run through and it's back in the original spot. It was back in the original spot like 4 times in a row. Then it jumped over there. So I'm like, in my head, I can't figure out. And I was also wondering, is this thing like a Rubik's Cube? Or like if you go through a
Mm.
certain door, it's like, okay, so you change one piece of this and you're like moving one set of symbols, or maybe you change the order of the rooms, or you maybe change if there's lasers in there. It's like I was trying to figure out if any certain combinations of things would like change you through, because depending on how it's set up, you have 5 rooms. So if you go 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, you get that math, which is always a little crazy because that's 120. Then if you have 4 rooms with and without lasers, that's 8. So you got 960 different rooms. And then if you go electric floor or not, you can have a few more variations. I don't know how many they're going to consider. So you've got a lot of rooms, and it says explore and find the secrets. And I'm like, right now I'm just trying to explore every freaking room.
God bless you. I leave it in your capable hands.
Yeah. It's just been weird as we're going through, and I'm like, why is this engram and ammo here?
Why is this stuff moving?
So that's why I'm like, I'm wondering how the instances, does the instance even matter? Because every time you go through the bridge, it's the flash, and that's your next room.
Yeah.
That's like you're inputting the code, but each door is
it's interesting. I mean,
traveling back over itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. They definitely utilizing that infinite forest algorithm, but the fact that it's moving pieces on the ground, stuff like that, that is very trippy.
Because that's even somebody, I forget, it was one of them in my chat last night was saying, think of infinite forest, but when we would go through for like haunted forest, you'd like go to an end and you'd turn around and or revelry, I think, whenever you were going through, you'd like bounce around and just kind of stay in the area. So if you got back to a platform, there'd be like floating ammo, and then it'd like fall to the ground, and you'd be like seeing the same areas, but it wouldn't be just like you walk in and poof, it's just over here instead. It was
right.
So I'm still wondering, because it's not like, hey, it's over here, and then finally it falls off the map or something like that.
Right.
No, it's very specifically always stuck in this room, just in a different orientation.
Just in a different order. That is interesting. I'm dying to know if we ever speak to a dev, like,
oh God, I would pick somebody's brain about this.
Yeah,
for like
to pick the brain on like how did the creation process of that, and then how that kind of stuff kind of happens. You know what I'm saying? From an engine wise, because it's a very cool concept, very unique.
Well, they use like the bridge, because I mean, Bungie's all about loading screens, not having them. So as you drive through small areas, they unload what was just behind you, and then they load what's coming in front. So same thing, every room is going to get loaded as you go between the bridge. That's why you can't see anything. So I mean, I understand that piece of it, but then it's like, if you're loading what's there, how is this thing set up? It's like, how am I bouncing between these little ping pong ball between these walls and trying to actually come back?
Yeah, that's above my pay grade, sir. I have no idea. Shout out to.
I've also noticed that if you have a Mida equipped, you can see the compass change in the bridges. Oh, like your radar up or something like that.
Interesting. Ours. Yeah, I wonder how many people have Bungie actually knows what's going on with the. I'm done.
Has Bungie? Yeah, they just said all they're saying is it's a marathon, not a sprint. That's literally all they've said. So shout out to good Dakota Rose, who's also in my chat yesterday. Sorry, my screen just got a lot brighter.
It's all good.
I gotta find that. I have too many web browsers open.
Too many tabs.
So some of you may or may not know, depending on your history with Bungie, they made a game called Marathon. They made 3 of them: Marathon, Marathon 2, and Marathon Infinite. So there are 3 games. Now the original, this is what she brought up to me, and as I had no idea. So the original like AI in the Marathon game was called Durandal. And of course, Bungie always picks some. I mean, they've done, Charlemagne and all these crazy things, which also seems to be a link to this too. So Durandal is the legendary sword of Roland, which is it's the famous sword of King Arthur of Camelot, and it's like Charlemagne, the Roman emperor, and all this stuff. And we're talking about a sword, and you've got a little tomb with a sword on the top, and we're all going, all right, what does that mean? So without even like the spoilery data mine stuff, they sat there and go, Marathon. Okay, what's in Marathon? And I was even looking up videos of the game Marathon. They've been doing sci-fi shooters forever. Have you ever looked at that?
Yeah.
I honestly never had. I never played it or anything. I missed that one.
I never played it. I've looked at it. I've followed their history.
Yeah, so you've got,
obviously with the Xbox stuff.
Yeah, so it's this little like sci-fi shooter. It looks just like Doom, but they've got the little sci-fi tall enemies. The sci-fi J. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like their origins. You get to see their beginning of what they started, stuff like that.
That was actually kind of cool. But yeah, apparently the AI in there that you work with, the system, it has a name and it's related to a sword. And I'm like, Of course it
It's
is
crazy.
something. Like,
Of course. This is where the Easter eggs and stuff. This is classic, typical Bungie, where they link things to their past. There's a lot of significance and stuff like that, and that's just how they do. And it's just really cool. You know what I'm saying? The way they think these things through. There's always little nuances, what I call nuances that either tie to things to their history, whether it be game-wise, design-wise, character-wise, lore-wise. There's always that mesh. They always try to get involved with it, and it's really cool. But what I want to get to is that spoiler. But I'm being patient.
it's like, we gotta wait till the end of the whole podcast, man.
All right.
That's gotta be at the end. I can't do it now. Yeah. Save that for the end.
Grumble.
Grumble. Well, all of you guys coming in chat this morning, by the way, you guys are all awesome. Thank you for the follows.
Yeah, salute 39. Wow,
chat
salute.
is
Good
just
morning.
Exploding this morning, which is great. But before we get to that,
yes,
we did actually get a twab.
Twab. Let's get it.
It's been a minute, and honestly, I didn't expect too much out of this one.
Yeah,
because okay, we knew about the puzzle, but they're not going to give it away. And this is all they say about it in the twab. There's a mysterious new quest being offered by the wily warlock who's always messing about with time itself. The community's already... What? I'm reading text.
Bungie. Not you.
This is quoting. You can't hold it against me.
I'm just, watch that. What's this wily warlock stuff messing around? Hey, we don't slander the god Osiris here. That's not what we do, Bungie.
It literally says exiled warlock on his title. Come on.
I don't like wily warlock that's always messing about. That's a negative connotation. I don't like it.
What do you think he's
Osiris
been doing?
Defense Force. Continue.
Yeah, check that voice, sir. Check that voice. That's exactly
Osiris
what
Defense Force. Continue. You mean that
Osiris Defense Force ODF?
Yeah, that's right. That's me.
Osiris Defense Force.
That's right.
Me
He's
and
brother
you and Brother Vance. Like, I'm with Brother Vance. That's all you have to say.
That's right. Exactly. Continue.
The community is already on the case and working together to explore the corridors of time. We don't want to spoil anything, but we do want to let everyone know this one's a marathon, not a sprint. And they said that on Twitter too, so it's kind of specific. We'll keep an eye on things so far, and we're very impressed with your progress. That's it. That is all.
That's it.
Apparently,
that's literally it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. So that's all we know from them. Iron Banner is coming next week. Woo!
Woo! Let's get it. Pinnacles.
I mean, that's literally all it's for, but do pinnacles even matter? This is what I wanted to bring. I was like, do you care about Iron Banner right now?
Only because I don't care about the pinnacles no more, you're right. But I'm actually behind on my season pass. And I gotta get that level that gives you the extra perk on the sundial runs.
Oh, 92?
I got to get going on it. I'm like very behind. So my thing is I'm going to snatch up all of Saladin's bounties, and I'm going to grab a whole bunch of Shaq's bounties and just get cracking. And then once those go back to Shaq's re-up.
Yeah.
And then that'll usually get my experience going because, again, even though we like the season and we like narratively, I like the season narrative where it's going, I can't say... As a result, I've been playing all these monstrous hours because I've gotten everything I need to get. Yeah. So as a result, my season pass experience thing is kind of low. And even with the Dawning, I played, I got my, I got the Sparrow thing, I did that. But I guess everything I did was the most efficient way to get something. And I don't think I necessarily was just on my everyday grind like how I normally
are. So in front of somebody and bake like 50 of the same thing?
Bro, that's literally what I did. Zavala
the repeatable
was
bounties,
mad with me.
The repeatable bounties were where it was at, man.
I know I should have took advantage more of it. The problem was I was running out of essences.
Yeah.
So I had all the material.
Oh, I had so many more materials than I ever had essence because I didn't play
I was like, yo,
yeah.
Zavala, I got these Galadoodles. What's up? You gonna take all these?
Well, I didn't have that much essence, so I just kept like picking up the 5, run around the system, pick up the 5, run around the tower on the system, to at least get the experience from. Because if you turn the package, you don't get anything besides the occasional return gift. But other than that, yeah. So I did those. I'm at 100, so I hit that done. But yeah, like the repeatable bounties were crucial for all of that.
Yeah.
It's also just sad to see
what's your level like?
I'm 100.
I know. Damn, you already got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 70, almost 80. I'm not
there.
I think I gotta be. I gotta be a little higher though to get. I think it's 85 or 90
92
to
is the
get.
perk you're looking for.
That's the perk I want so bad.
Yeah, so the time loss
it's
weapons
prevent me
drop
from.
double perks at the end.
Yeah, I want. There's some sick rolls that I want, especially for Martyr's Retribution. For Patreon, I got kind of the god roll already that I want.
Nice.
I think what is diffusion
Gallant
and
charge.
the linear fusion. Yeah, gallant charge and what's it? Line in the sand.
Yep.
Because I need rapid hit and firing line, but I want to get both. You know what I'm saying? Me guys is out of control.
Later one's got robot diabetes. I'm pretty sure everybody in the tower needed an insulin shot after that past month.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So I got to get cracking on that. So that's why for me, and then it's PvP. Come on, you know me in PvP. It's always going to have a soft spot. So it's just something to do in PvP. I like control. You know, is it any incentive for somebody like you who's, you know, your battle pass is done and you're done? No. But for a guy like me that's a little bit behind on that, yeah, I'll be in there rocking and rolling. So no new weapons I see. No new... No, nothing.
That'll be like
new.
Next season. We might see about a bow, maybe.
Yeah,
got this like year one armor rolling out.
No new ornaments. Yeah, going on. Yeah,
about they're gonna auto complete the rocket launcher part for your armor quests, I guess, for this season. God. So that
was ridiculous. That was probably the worst.
That's one of those where like they're so data driven and so all of this, and somebody's like, and How sometimes you wonder how certain things are like so minutia down to like damage was increased by 29.26739%, and then a quest where you're like, hey, everyone has to pick up rocket launcher ammo.
Bro,
in PvP.
It was so disgusting.
And heavy's going to be a pain in the butt, and you need 10 kills with it.
Bro, it was 2 football teams over there by the heavy.
Oh, I saw so many Twitter like clips going back and forth. Somebody just like Nova bombs the heavy and kills 6 people. I saw one of them might have been you too.
That was me. I
saw like 2 bubbles on top of it. Mm-hmm. Double bubbles on top
savage.
of it.
That's savage.
One of each team.
That is pure savagery.
Yeah.
Pure savagery.
Of each team on the damn thing. You got a bubble inside of a bubble. Both are sitting over it. Everybody's got shields. Nobody can do anything.
Ridiculous.
Like.
Ridiculous.
That's a bad idea. You gotta either put 2 heavy build blocks in there or something. I don't know, but yeah, that was not the best design.
Yeah,
fighting over heavy in PvP is never a good idea.
It's never good. So shout out to them for making that an auto complete step now, because we ain't got to do that no
more. Thank God. Well, shout out to the world down under, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Guardians to the rescue. I don't know. I saw Twitter just saying everybody got one. Mine's already on order. I got mine. Last week, we pledged to support Australia's firefighting efforts and the animal rescue and conservation efforts due to the ongoing brush fires devastating parts of the country. I was literally on Twitch and somebody was saying they were actually getting some rain, and I was like, I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah, that's huge.
Today, we shared the full details on how you can support these efforts by purchasing a limited edition Guardians for Australia t-shirt that also comes with a free Starlight Starbright emblem. As a thank you for your donation, the shirt is available for pre-order. Here's a quick preview. It actually looks pretty cool, too.
Looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like it.
It's got, like, the OG ship, kangaroo kind of on the ground with, like, you know, the open Australia wilderness type thing. Got the Traveler up in the sky. I don't know. It's just really well done. I like it. So, yeah, if you are looking at, like, donating, supporting anything out there, find some way to help support Australia right now. Those fires are 3 times bigger than both the California and Amazon fires like combined, and they're probably even worse. I don't know the status of them, at least right now. But I mean, the amount of effort, the amount of animals that have been lost, there's so much that needs to be fixed with that. So please, if you have any funds to donate right now, send them to Australia any which way you can, for sure. Nice thing about this one, definitely cool shirt.
Yes, good cause, y'all. Definitely support, man. It's really, really bad what's going on over there, man.
We did also get a baby hotfix. It was a couple days late. It was going to be Tuesday, and now everybody can cry because, you know, guess what's gone?
Oh, we got yes.
Wishender has been nerfed.
Yes, rest in peace to the homie. Rest in peace, man. It's a good run. It was a good run, but back to the vault you go.
That's
Back to
sad, man.
It is. We talked about Wish Ending, man. I mean, especially for you. I mean, that's your dungeon. That's your baby in a
Yeah, and
sense.
it's been
You know what
sitting
I'm
there
saying?
for a while. I saw some people going through like soloing Pit of Heresy with that weapon because it was doing so much damage.
Woo! I just love to see the usage rate on stuff that doesn't get used. You know what I'm saying? I love it. So one just gonna hope they can reconsider the perk. Yes, we understand it wasn't a technical nerf because it wasn't intended to work that way.
Right.
Yes, but it should show them that that weapon needs some form of a buff, and hopefully that comes, man.
Yeah.
But
like
some other things got some love.
your breakneck.
Woo!
There you go.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. Has a higher DPS at Rampage ×1 and ×2 from 2170, 2120 to 2190, 2410. And then he also screen shake on hard light firing has been adjusted, so no more shaky hard light. But breakneck, man, oh man, that gun got hit hard.
Oh yeah,
it got hit hard because they killed all the stacking perks. Then they killed Rampage into the ground, where they kind of made it. The only default thing with Rampage that still kind of maintained its dominance was what's the submachine gun, the one like a little rodeo.
Oh, Recluse?
Damn it, not Recluse, the exotic sub. Why am I
Huckleberry?
blanking on it? Huckleberry benefited from everything.
Yeah.
And I get it. But bro, you got it. You're not grinding. Came in for a take. You better get breakneck. Are you kidding me? Breakneck is fire. What? It's ridiculous. Shoot 2 grass and trees, get 12 times that. Listen, man, this thing is really strong. You throw a Rampage spec on that bad boy. Not only are you doing the DPS at 2 times and 3 times even more, you're getting those orbs, man, super regeneration. And then with the actual, the way the season artifact works, you get certain ones you can take off the Rampage spec, you throw on your little overload. I think it's this season's overload, so you can't use barrier. Yeah. But at least it has some dual functionality. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, it's good, man. It's one of my go-to legendaries. It's a slow starter, but once you get that Rampage up, you're decimating on ×3. It's insane DPS. So
yeah, so you'll have to wait for 2.7.1 for that, though. That's not live.
How long?
I don't know. So far, 2.7.1 is on schedule. So they said 2.7.0.2 was Wish Ender getting fixed, the fusion rifle mod, the Telesto breaking thing, the EDZ obelisk, couple basic things there. Some bounties were fixed. But yeah, 2.7.1 is what's going to have breakneck fixed, hard light shake a little like tamed in, some director pieces getting fixed a little bit, and then armor. Yeah. Nothing major, but yeah, breakneck's the big one coming at 2.7.1.
Okay, 2.71 was on schedule. Here's a small preview. So no date for it though.
Yeah.
And then hold on. So 2.70.2. Yeah, that's
live as of yesterday.
That's live as of yesterday. Okay, cool. So that's basically test stops blinking obelisk work.
Yeah.
And okay, got it.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, that was done. Like the disabled weekly bounty from Banshee. See, that's one of those things where, hey, you can do a weekly bounty every day, but they'll disable a weekly bounty that you could do every day, as opposed to leave it in there and be like, oh, you can get some more cores and stuff. Why not? Why leave that in there? When I saw that's one of those pieces. They're so quick, and some people have said this, and they're not wrong. Yeah. They are so quick to shut stuff down that is fun. But if it is like, oh, this is underpowered right now, you get to live with that for like 6 years.
Daddy knows best. You know how Bungie do.
And I never know which one's server side or client side and stuff like that. But it's very convenient. Like, hey, we're going to disable this bounty.
Yep. Quickly.
That is going to allow you to earn a few more cores and stuff every day. Oh, no. If you did a weekly bounty every day, that's not... I'm not saying it's like hard to do, but it takes some time.
Right.
And if you did that every day, it's like, it's not the easiest thing. So
yeah, you got to commit to it, And I mean, I get it, I guess, but it's just like, again, we've always said ad nauseum, we want those paths, we want other paths to, getting these materials, and there would be a cool way, you know what I'm saying, if more things like that were offered. But,
Yeah.
hmm
But yeah, that's mostly it. You got a couple movie montages, which I'll have to watch later. But this set is a light twab. There's
Yes,
crazy
sir.
weather apparently up in Seattle, so some of them are working from home, of course, to manage the crazy
Mm.
snow inches and inches that are up
Yeah.
there. But the current activity is hush hush, so we're gonna step back and watch as you work together to solve it. And they even say like
Yeah.
work together to solve it. I still am wondering. I'm very curious if the big giant crazy combined
hmm
3,000 line spreadsheet is really the
hmm
right thing to do. Or there's gonna be somebody who
Mm.
pops up with the like, "Hey guys, I got it."
You think it could happen?
I I could see like it took 6 people to run the raid before
Right.
for outbreak. And
hmm
then I know there was people who like, "Hey, we had to recruit people who knew binary and stuff." So you had to pull people with different knowledge,
hmm
but it didn't take like the entire community submitting pictures to
Yeah.
like the streamers who are building a map. Like you literally need thousands of people doing it at that point, and it's like if you specifically can't do it with a small group of people,
Right.
even if it is like, hey, your small of group of people can build your own map over time or something like, or you again have to be in there for like 19 different hours.
Right.
Like you might have to do your own 19 different maps to build your. I just don't know. It seems so weird.
Mhm. So what's your overall thing on this? Like where are you at? Are you this is a good thing? I like where this is going. Are you this better pay off into something? Like where are you? I'm still confused on where you are. Oh, part two. Part two. Damn it. You better have me doing this for something. Okay, here we go.
So for me, it
Mm-hmm.
is. I want this if it truly is like Grandia, and I haven't seen the spoiler, so I don't know.
Right, right, right.
The spin foil.
It's been for Bugle Tasties right now is on fire.
What if the solution
He's
to all this leads to a 5% discount code for Anthem? Well, if you take
I'm
99,
done.
if it's 99 cents right now and you take 5% off, that makes it 95 cents, right? Gets a little
Wow.
cheaper. No, for
Out of
me, okay,
control.
so like
Mhm.
part of me is like, I'm not saying I could figure out like the whole binary thing. That would take me a long time to do to get the
Yeah.
code. You have to have like 6 people to go in there and figure some of that stuff out. On the other side,
Right.
though, for me, I can't get like, hey, here's a group of like 4 or 5 people, or even say Dado. He can't get his math class fire team. They can't
Mhm.
figure it out on their own.
Right.
It's taking, I mean, if it truly does take the 3,000 person image map to put together,
Mhm.
that seems a bit excessive even for Bungie. That doesn't seem like.
This is too difficult? Is that
No,
what
I'm
we
not saying
saying?
too difficult. I'm saying it could be a complete pain in the butt. So a group of 6 people, like, okay, we're gonna work together. We'll trade off. We'll like, however, like one person's account, you got to do it for 19. Like, but if you can't
Mhm.
do it with a smaller group, it seems
Mhm.
like even over a course of time,
Say it ain't so, E. Say it ain't
it
so.
could be a week long for all I care. But if it takes thousands of people, that is just kind of a weird thing to me.
Wow. So you would prefer it not be this huge, grandiose event? Is that what we doing?
It could be long, but I think the
Complaining by the hardcore.
oh my,
Complain,
I can't even talk
complain.
right now because you're just gonna turn all my words.
That's right. I gotta flip it on you. Complain. This is a whiny hardcore base. What will make them happy? Let's see. I gotta come for you.
Well, you're not in the
Why
middle
was
of this right now. You're just waiting until it's
True.
done.
Cause I know I knew where this was. Bungie is trolling. This is the ultimate troll. This is for you guys that complain and
So, but
why.
this is why I'm like, okay, so it's like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Pace yourself.
Mhm.
They're obviously like, I was like, I'm trying to think of like the programming build of this thing. I'm trying to
Right.
think of like, okay, so the engineers putting this thing together. Are you telling me they're gonna have like, okay, so every player out there, we're gonna have to make
Mhm.
sure like thousands of people do this thing, so it's solvable.
Mm-hmm.
What if that didn't happen? What if it ended up
Okay.
being like a raid race and like these small
Yeah.
groups of like 6 people weren't talking? Would it not
Mm-hmm.
be possible?
Yeah, you know what that was, right? Naomi last.
Well, they goofed on that.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're messing around. They're messing around. All right, so here's the game before they say, I feel them. Not everyone can participate in this event. Bugles tasty fast along further together. I like this energy. I feel like this is Migas. I feel this is a gamble by Bungie because they knew the community would do it. They know us.
I know the community, and that's like, I know
us.
the community would come together. You got like thousands of people to watch Glad and Dado and stuff like that. But it still seems like it seems to a point of, would you stop?
I want to know where you're going. I'm scared. I want to know where you're going with this.
No, I just like
continue.
It can be it can be a crazy puzzle, but I think requiring that like literally thousands of lines, because some people are submitting duplicates and they're literally taking those things out of there, doesn't seem like the way they wanted it solved. This is just what I was talking about with my chat last night. I think they're overthinking. I think the community is like,
you think the community is overthinking?
Yeah. Bungie wants a crazy puzzle. Totally cool with that.
I want to know where you're at with Bungie on this.
When I know how it's solved, then I can tell you how I thought about it. No, but this is why I was trying, like, okay, so I know thousands of people are submitting images. That's crazy. There are some connections out there. Cool. But on the other side, like, what if it is like some quiet team of like 3 or 6 people that are capable of solving it, but they're going about it a different way? Maybe it is every hour they get a new code and like you can build your own puzzle, something like that, and everybody's kind of seeing theirs. It just seems like the thousands is almost like the community's like taking it to a level it never meant to be.
Okay. So
I'm not against
your issue is with the
puzzle.
community. Your issue is that you think the community's overthinking. I get that.
I think, and I could be completely wrong, because I mean they're finding like starting points, they're finding ending points on these maps, they're getting all these things. And there seems to be some crazy big connections on the maps that they've got. So I'm like, I could be completely wrong. And if I'm wrong, this is like one of the most amazing community puzzles I've ever seen.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, it's like, I support, like, if it comes together, that is a huge gamble by Bungie, the creators and stuff like that. But it pays off because they know their community is absolutely insane.
Right.
But in turn, I feel like I don't know if there's an end game to their current methodology because it just seems to keep growing. That's, I guess,
Interesting. This is interesting.
So I don't mind a big ass puzzle, dude. You can give me a puzzle that takes a month. Don't care. That would be fine. But if the community like jumping on this thing, hey, submit these images, everybody's wrong. I mean, mathematically, stuff's eventually going to start connecting if you have enough people picturing. But what if those aren't meant to actually connect? What if mine and yours aren't part of the same build? Like, is there a point where I actually start seeing like, or I can build maybe a bigger map for me? Because I can go in right now and do the 19-piece puzzle. Yeah. All on my own.
Right.
So I can do that completely on my own.
That's what I heard.
So what's to say the bigger version, potentially whatever is going to be exploring all the corridors of time, is something that also can be done by myself or a smaller group and doesn't require 3,000 images from the community.
Right.
Because, I mean, the way the little like symbols are set up, if you have enough people out there seeing images, you're bound just mathematically to see some that actually match.
Right.
So they're just going to keep throwing stuff at the wall and be like, oh, 2 of them stuck. Cool.
Right.
And there's a lot of them that do. But it's just, yeah, it's really crazy. So,
it very well maybe it could be that. It could be that. I think, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter how it's solved, in my opinion. Like, it's a unique concept. You know, I will say this, if it requires ultimately the community as a collective, I think that's one of the dopest puzzles going.
Like, if it does, then it's amazing. Like, because they knew certain people are going to come together and be like, all right, we got like photoshoppers over here. We got streamers to bring people together.
Right.
We got raid secrets. We got a Reddit. We got a Reddit where people are going to be throwing stuff in that disc. You scroll through the raid secrets Reddit, it's just like images after images after images after images constantly. I'm like,
love it. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, once it's solved, you know, how it's solved. and then obviously the payoff, right? The payoff to this has to be pretty impressive,
Yep.
right? And we'll get to spoil stuff I know later, but that's gonna ultimately rank this thing and determine, okay, where is this thing in the scheme of it? Me personally, I think it's cool. Would I have liked a little bit more action in it? Yes, but I think it's dope. I think it's a cool concept to keep the hardcore engaged. The hardcore they've been longing for something this season, and I mean, is this the best thing you could do for them? Probably not, but at least it's something. And I just like the community. I just like when the community and you see the streamers get together and do all this stuff, and just really really combine notes and it's dope to me. It's dope. So I'm gonna be all for this regardless to its difficulty being over my head. I'm all for it. This is what I like to see. Destiny is more fun when everyone's pitching together on whatever common goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Mhm.
impressive to watch. I mean, you literally
Yeah.
have certain guys who there's a shared Google Sheets doc that the main top people they have access
Mhm.
to. Other people are coming in, excuse me, by the way,
Mhm.
are submitting images to those leaders, or actually, and this is where I think they may be overthinking it,
Mhm.
is because a lot of the main people to join,
Mhm.
you're like, hey, if you're on PC, I'm standing in the final room.
Yeah.
Join my party, activate it for
Mhm.
you so I can take a picture of your image. That's where
Yes.
I'm wondering if they're getting information that they shouldn't be looking at. If they're getting more
Mm.
information than they should be. Because if
Right.
to be like, hey, we have an open party for hours, people are just
Mhm.
joining, flashing their
Mhm.
images, taking it,
Right.
adding it to, and it's just this
Mhm.
ongoing party. If somebody actually put all these puppetry master puzzles together to be like,
Mhm.
hey, best way that for them probably to do it is leave an open party. It's gonna because
Right.
they know, because if I go in by myself, I see the
Mhm.
same thing over and over. But if somebody else
Right.
goes in, it goes in. So if somebody else continues, so the revolving party door, and
Right.
that's why I'm wondering if they've gone a little off the deep end.
Off the deep end, great. Yeah, but your issue is different. Your issue is the community. You've already answered my question. Your issue is that dudes might be, we call it what I used to affectionately call it, their third eye might be open for no reason. That's what you're saying. Like the third dudes run around with the third eye, and you said this thing could not be that deep. Like I feel you. Uh-oh, so eat something going on, eat. But
No, I just
you
heard weird
good?
noises. Sorry, just
Oh,
checking.
okay. Just let me know if you got to roll. I'll hold it down with the chat if you got to roll
Yeah, go.
for
I'll
a
be right
second.
back. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah,
What
go
do
do
you? I
what you
mean,
got to
what
do.
do
I
you? Do
got
you
it.
think I'm crazy? Do you think they're? I mean, with what you've seen,
No,
what do you think?
I got it. I got it. Listen, y'all. Yo, mental, they too woke. It's a possibility. I mean, I will say this though. It do feel like everybody taking these images feel like it is leading to something. You know what I'm saying? And Bungie hitting us with the marathon, so more like the brown eye. WD, you filed for that. Yeah. But here's the thing, man. It's like, I think it is leading to something. That's my guess. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. Because how cool would it be that all this CSI, this scientifical stuff and everybody's putting their patchwork together? Like, that's dope to me. Like, I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, man. I would like this ultimately to be that deep, where everybody had to be on board. Yo, what's page 344, section 5? Give me the horizontal axis. Give me what's your picture? That's fine. Get it together. Do it up. Do it up, y'all. That's what I want.
And that may be really, really cool. It's and that's why it was when
Yeah.
you bring up some of the images that we've got of this thing,
Mm.
some of them are just nuts.
Yeah, let's get crazy. Let's get crazy, little Cyrus.
But I was if you look at, so I mean, you've got some openings and things. I'm trying to look at back at my notifications to know when.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Here's the most recent one. So if you're looking at the images of what we've got, you've got some pieces that are all chained together, but there doesn't
Yeah.
look like a long path to go between them.
To go between, right.
So you might have stuff that starts getting stuck together, but if it's
Mm-hmm.
only 3 sections every time and there's no actual
Mm-hmm.
route between everything and there's no way these things actually end up fitting together,
Right.
that's why. Because one of these is now, I mean, you've got rough math of connected pieces. Because this first one is now huge in the top left corner. I mean, there might be
Yeah,
100 pieces up there, but there don't look to be a whole lot of
they're connected.
like, paths. They're all like kind of like twos blocked together, or
Adjacent.
like 3
Yeah.
sections, and they don't look to be there's a chain. Now, somebody else had an
Mhm.
idea that might be like spelling words or something, but that does not look like words up in the top.
Yeah, that don't look like words. Yeah. I mean, right now it looked like a biology experiment, a whole bunch of little mini microorganisms. That's what it looked like to
Oh
me.
yeah, organic chemistry straight up right here.
Yeah, it's straight chemistry, so we'll see, Show it to Eddie H. I'm worried about an underwhelming reward at the Yeah, they got it. They got to nail it. I with the ADH. They've got to nail it.
Yeah,
It
whatever this
cannot
is.
be like, bro, they can't hit us with no, some. I'm done.
I saw Fall Out
And
thing when
bags.
he did that, and he's like, "Oh, I've deciphered the code," and puts that over the top. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's it. I think the graphics of the areas are gorgeous. We're always been. Yeah, listen.
Yeah, I
Man.
will say the Quarters of Time is like, I mean, it's in the background of our podcast right now, but that whole place.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. It's Osiris's house. This is what we do. Everything with Osiris is amazing. Just what it is. No, but all jokes aside, like we gotta see, man, and see what's going on. Shout out to Neil, yeah, go outside, yeah, that's how deep it is, man. Third eye's open, brother, third eye's open. But
Yeah,
I'm dying to see where
I
this
agree.
goes.
It cannot be another Niobe Labs where you just get like a ghost or just an emblem,
Yes, I
and
agree.
then just
the
like
community will
the
go
fourth
crazy.
copy of like another forge. Like,
Yeah, no,
that can't.
no lore book, no, like you got to give us something that leads to something or something super powerful or a cinema, something got to happen. You know what I'm saying?
So before we get into questionable territory, do you have anything else you want to discuss? Because I'm going to put a big giant spoiler warning out there for people who don't want to know.
Not really. I mean, like I said, I got my breakneck. I'm good. Shout out to LFG. I wanted to shout them out. Destiny PC LFG and Legendary Sundial, which was a little underwhelming.
Yeah,
Just a little underwhelming.
Legend
Yeah.
Sundial.
Yeah.
And
do
you
got an
think you
emblem.
need Do you think matchmaking would work in there?
Easily. Like, what was the
See?
purpose of taking it off? Like, it was just like y'all just being extra for no reason. Now, yeah, it was a little more, a little more rough and tumble in there with a couple of enemies. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was just like, all right,
I
it was
like,
more of a light level
extinguishers
thing.
on there, but if you're like, all they would literally have to say is,
Yeah.
"Hey," before you go in. If you're like match made, be like, "No extinguishers on here. If everyone dies, you will be kicked to orbit. You can try it again with another team. This
Mhm.
will be more just something." But like, this would have been the best experiment for matchmaking just to see. Maybe
Just
some
to
people would be
see.
like, "Okay, now I know why it's not in the raid," or, "Hey, I know why." Raids would still be a
Let's
thing
be
because
real.
talking, but
Sundial and Menagerie did not need matchmaking to go off
no.
in
For
either
the higher
activity.
difficulty.
None of those activities required. There are no level of raid where it's like, oh my god, we have to be in full communication on the left, on the right. No, it's none of that. It's literally shoot, kill, follow the instructions you've been doing. There's nothing else deep about it. So yeah, they kind of gotta chill with that, And I hate the fact when we talked about it. I hate the fact that a lot of these pinnacles outside of Iron Banner, there's no matchmaking. That is annoying. Can I get some matchmaking now? Like, come on, the Destiny community's at that point. We don't really need to have it with the 3-man and the other 6-man activity. Now, raids, I get it. Raids a different beast. But we have graduated as Guardians that we can have hard pinnacle activities with matchmaking on. I'm with that. Shout out to Prescott is petty. He said the hexes take us to Venture. Get that Eververse discount, baby.
Yeah, I was just
Let's
like,
go.
yeah, these couple things that we've had easily. I mean, Vex Offensive, if there was a harder difficulty, yeah, matchmaking, same. Like, though, if that is the seasonal model of a 6-person match-made activity for a new season, there's a big question of what's next season.
Right.
Everybody's
Huge,
wondering.
Huge. I'm very curious.
But if it does seem to be 6-person activity, match made harder is not match made, no reason, especially as we're going to start to get higher and higher level, going to be easier, no reason not to.
Right. Agreed.
So,
but yeah, that's all I got as far as the season is concerned, stuff like that. But are we ready?
All right.
Are
So
we ready?
we're going to do a quick wrap
I'm
up.
ready.
Baby wrap up here. So then spoilers at the end. You guys can find me. We're doing spoilers after this. No, I'm serious. Spoilers is after this. So if you don't want to know spoilers, you don't want to know rumors until this thing is solved, until you're in the middle of it yourself, you guys can go ahead and you guys can find me, Ebontis, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Some of you guys right here, subscribe to the channel. You guys, the support has been amazing. Follow on Twitter as well, just to see what's going on if I'm live. That's everything for me. It's Ebontis everywhere. Yours, brief as well.
WD,
what do you got?
Salute. I feel you. Yeah, you already know me, at Lord Cognito and all that good stuff. We're not leaving, y'all.
We're
just
not leaving.
The spoiler people.
We're not leaving.
We're just letting
This
the
is the
spoiler
spoiler.
people
Yeah.
know that
Unless you're
y'all,
just trying to be
the
in
people that
character,
don't
Prescott.
want to know anything, that's for y'all to leave. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, at Lord Cognito, you know what I'm saying? And Iron Lord Podcast, lordsofgaming.net, where you can find all the greatest, finest articles. You can check that out. And yeah, man, I'll tell you about after the spoilers who might be on Iron Lord Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
If you stick
Spoiler
around.
for the spoiler.
Spoiler for the spoiler. How about that? Shout out to
All right,
Press.
so
Little down
while
salute.
I read it, you
Mhm.
can talk about it if you like, because I gotta
let's
I gotta
go.
get myself privy to this thing. So he's like, all right, so we're doing spoiler
All right.
territory. So tell me
All right,
what's
so
gonna
you're
happen.
gonna read it now.
I'm gonna. Well, do you want me to read just what like Tassie wrote?
Oh, okay. Because I was
Is
gonna
that
talk
where you got
about
it from?
No, I got mine's way earlier, and you could talk about Tassie. You could read what Tassie wrote.
All
Read
right,
what Tassie
so
wrote.
shout out to Paul Tassie. Might be back on the
Mhm.
podcast soon, by the way. So looking forward to having him
Yeah.
back.
Forbes.
So he's saying spoilers. So spoilers, everybody, spoilers, flailing arms. Do not listen to this if you have any interest of avoiding spoilers. So a large amount of data mined voice lines were found during the release of Season of Dawn. They include lines from Saint's missions, conversation between Saint,
Sacks.
Shax, and Osiris for the Devil's Rune quest, but they also contain something else. A eulogy.
Mhm.
A
Woo.
eulogy for us.
Mm.
Here's Saint. Thank you for coming. We've gathered here today to celebrate the life of my mentor, my inspiration. They called him Crota's End, the Hivebane, Kingslayer, the Young Wolf, hero of the Red War, the man who avenged Cade 6. He had 100 titles I cannot recall, and he died doing what he does best, defending the last city of humanity. Ages ago, he saved my life and then inspired me to save myself. I'm glad he did, because traveler help us, he is gone, and there's no one to save us now. On the day we met, I decided I would follow his example. I'm still trying. So yes, that's confirmed to be our grave. Before we freak out too much about this idea, I will say that since we're loose in the quarters of time here, this is potentially just one of the endless amount of futures. And I don't think this necessarily means we're heading towards some grand Destiny 2 final that ends in our death. I mean, it's possible.
That's Tassie's talking right now.
I know, this is Tassie. This is just Tassie's article. But the fact that we're visiting our own grave and hearing this implies we could actually be erasing this timeline as we speak. But there's more, specifically relating to the potential reward of the quest. I've marked this grave with one of his favorite weapons. Shattered in the final confrontation, it used to be mine. All who find what we've left here, please leave it be. Unless you're still out there somewhere. You performed miracles before, in which case take it and come back to us, and we'll kill what killed you or die trying. So it seems pretty clear that the reward for this quest is going to be a weapon. It seems extremely likely the weapon is going to be a sword. That's what he's saying. I've heard some people guess that maybe shattered pieces of the Gallahorn are with us in the tomb, but Saint says he's marked the grave with one of our favorite weapons, and sitting on top of it is a sword. And our generalist Ghost Shell, you don't mark something with item inside the grave. So
Right.
So that seems to be what he's got. There's more of as to what it could be, because there's different exotic swords and stuff. So
Right.
what do you got?
Woo! This is, I was definitely came across this because I was like, okay, I'm not doing that big puzzle y'all doing. I saw the data mine thing. I could not resist. I needed to know. I needed to read. And it was voiced. That was data mine. And it's Saint's voice, So to read that is extremely powerful. I mean, to me, this is now, if you want to talk about third eye open stuff that's actually cool and dope, like this, to me, this is the question I've said. Now, shout out to Forte, he's in here. And I put this out on Twitter. To me, one of the biggest questions about D3, in my opinion, was how do you start D3, right?
Yeah.
Because my thing is D1 to D2, okay, the Legion's here, they blew up the tower or whatever, you guys lost all your stuff, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense progression-wise why we don't have anything anymore, right? Now, D3, this could be dope. Like, we die, and thus a new Guardian takes up the mantle or whatever, right? We've heard rumors of the darkness. You know, some may choose the darkness, some may choose the light. I'm going to assume the darkness. For whatever had to kill us had to be insane, insanely powerful, which would set up Space Doritos. Space Doritos are the threat. That's the end game. That's the ultimate thing. So they would be capable of killing us, right? So they could either set it up as this ultimate sacrifice, you know, now the new Guardian, we now, you know, take on the mantle and we go avenge or we go whatever. So I think story beat wise, it makes sense. I'm curious. First of all, it's ballsy for Bungie to even put this in the game. I'm curious if they will execute come D3. I still don't think D3 is right now. I think we're still a little bit ways away,
like
maybe 20
September expansion away.
So yeah, I think 2021 is D3. That's my guess for now, right? I think this year we have another year of the season to pass. We'll have another Rise of Iron / Taken King September of 2020. But I think this is actually cool if this happens this way. That's a perfect segue to D3, lore-wise, story-wise. And I would like it, man. And that also means Saint is a permanent fixture. And we all love Saint. We've all felt that they've handled him.
Needs something, even though I just want a landing zone in the hangar. That's all I want.
Bro, I'm a Warlock main. Like, how can you not like Saint? Like, Saint is amazing. Like, he makes you want to play a Titan. Like, he's ultimate Titan beastiness.
So, 4 NPCs in the game. Let's compare them up.
Let's get it.
Titans versus Warlocks. Who do we got as NPCs? Unfortunately, I've got a giant, like, dead weight on the end of my rope.
Come on, man. You talking from a position of strength right now.
No, here's the balance.
Damn well why you ain't bring this up last DLC.
You've got Wily Osiris, but he's smart, messing with time. You got a Ikora, who's at least a strong figure. We've got Shax, we've got Saint, and then we have dumbass in the back, Zavala. So he's the one dragging down the average.
He's still powerful, regardless of
he is powerful. He
just
now doesn't have much of a spine left. It
Warlocks,
seems
we got a lot to go on right now. I mean, just my man Ikora. Is it what you call it a Warlock? Is it crazy Ashemir?
Huh?
I forgot. What's Ashemir? What is he? I thought he was a Warlock.
I think he
makes me laugh.
I feel like
I think he's a Warlock. He's Warlocky. He's crazy.
Yeah,
but he's
or some, I don't know, some librarian archive guy type thing.
Yeah. Forte, you already know who's coming, baby. God, baby. You know for the hunters, my man. That's going to be my favorite hunter, too. It's going to be Uldren. I'm going to be about some Uldren, man. I am going to rep Uldren to annoy all the hunters who lost this again.
Oh, yeah.
Because y'all tease my old side. So
all my favorite, though.
Of course, this is everybody. Who don't like Cade? Come on, Cade was the man. You know what I'm saying? But now, all jokes aside, we already know what the hierarchy is. We ain't even got to go. Titans is running the show. Like, it's just what it is. It's just, I've accepted it. That's just how it is. But my favorite is still Saint's number one. You got to give it to him. But Shax is my emotional connection.
That's great,
man.
My dude. Shax,
my dude.
Oh man, dude, I was loving the banter for the Devil's Ruin quest. And he's like, "What's the revoker? It shoots bullets." It's just like so crude.
He's like It's like he's talking to his old grandfather. Like, you know, like someone.
What is that? What is that little Nintendo Switch? It plays games, okay?
It plays games, Grandpa. That's why my man. Like, I love Shax, bro. He's like, we don't give weapons out here. These are earned. Like, what are you talking about? That's what I love, Bungie definitely loves Titan.
Yeah, Deej loves Warlocks. I forget. I think both Cosmo and Damage probably both play a Hunter because they play a buttload of PvP.
Yeah, Hunters need some love. Shout out to Harperian. Yup, I'm a Hunter man. I'm looking forward to Uldren. I hope he does become. He does become. Yup, me too. I don't blame him for K because he was being manipulated. They're going to have the whole story. I'm telling you, Tassie has a good article. The perfect redemption is Saint 14 training him.
Yeah.
And the ways of the Vanguard and showing the forgiveness. Saint is the perfect character to bring him. Now, Cora going to want to smoke. Cora going to see him on sight.
She's going to just be like holding back.
They're going to have to hold her back.
Like...
They're going to have to keep her on her side of the tower. Now, the funny thing is, this is Zavala's payback. He's going to have the ultimate I told you so. See what I'm saying? Because now it's like, yeah, all your actions led to this. Now we got to embrace him. That's where Zavala's going to get the payback on, because remember, she went in on him. Yeah. She was like, she straight called him a coward. She called the man a coward. Cowardice. We're not going to ride for our God. Like, that was a powerful thing. I actually fell in love with Cora at that, but I was like, damn, she went in on him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But I want Aldrin. He's the perfect redemption. You read the lore piece with the Amnestia ship. I forgot how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's running around with his helmet on. Depressed, doesn't understand why people hate him.
Yeah.
He just wants to, he still has to make his trip back to the town. He has to go back. That's part of his thing as his ghost, as his path. And there's the hunters there. He is their vanguard. So that's what I want, man. Shout out to my man Aldrin.
Talk about a slow burn on this. My God.
Yeah, that's slow. Yeah,
that's real taking sweet time.
Yeah, they taking sweet time with that.
I'm trying to think. Did Forsaken, was it just Forsaken? Was it? Trying to think.
End of Forsaken, we got the cutscene.
Yeah.
When we did the Queen's Court thing.
Yeah.
And that was like a couple of weeks after Forsaken, the raid was beaten. We were doing Shattered Throne stuff. We did all that. And then
didn't the cinematics just randomly pop up?
It came, remember, you did your weekly Ascendant thing.
Yeah.
Where you go to and you look and you go into her world, and that's when you saw it. Remember, it said, look into the hourglass. You're like, what the hell is this? And then, you clicked it. And
you got to go back and see. Yeah.
And my mind was like, boom, bro. That was crazy.
It's like he's awake, and you're like, and that's I think that's, again, goes back to Dato's questions of like, what is going on with all these stories? Can we get an idea with one of these 6 dangling threads that's out there? Can we get some work on them? I know they're like building a world, but man, like Aldrin sitting out there.
They gotta stretch it, bro.
The curse for the Dreaming City still being there.
Yeah, Savathun is just lurking still. We still got her to,
the veil. We got we'll get the veil with the pyramid ship for like the start of Shadowkeep.
That's D3. Yeah.
But and then it's like, hello.
Yeah, it's like all these story threads. They're teasing. They're setting things up.
I just wonder if they'll ever. I wonder if they're honestly ever going to be able to end half of the stuff they've set up.
Half of his stuff. They got a lot. They've got a lot. It's going to be interesting. But I think that's where the season pass, the annual pass format is going to help them. They're going to be able to do these story bits during these non-content periods, and I'm cool with it. That's why I'm like, I'm not really complaining. I thought I would be. If you would have told me last year, us doing, when it was Flashpoint, if you would have told me, hey, Cog, I'm going to give you a Destiny season with no raid, no dungeon, no trials, one activity, and you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy. You're going to have good. I'd have been like, well, you kidding me? Will you get out of here with that? That is not what I'm looking for. If you just tell me that on face value, I'll be like, no, but I'm sitting, look at us. We're sitting here, we're in rooms, we got hexagram diagrams out, we got graves out here, we got saint, it's a lot of things going on with the lore-wise. And what it proves to me is this game has such rich lore that it excites you when dots do connect.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, this could go. And this, again, if they execute this, pretty ballsy. And we got to give them credit, too, for the Aldrin thing. How ballsy was that? We did a whole DLC avenging Cade, this guy, the guy that's beloved, right? Amazing. Barons. Just when you thought it was over, Dreaming City. Wow, this is amazing. Just great content. And then to have it flip and to do this whole almost a redemption flip with this character that we hated.
Yeah.
That's good storytelling, bro. That's great storytelling. And I hope, like I said, this is really something with the lore team that I've been very hard on them over Destiny's lifespan. And to see them kind of coming through with these story bits, lore community is happy right now, man. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a hell of a journey, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to see,
absolutely.
think of like, the Crota and that kind of journey going on with the Hive. And then we've got Leviathan still sitting out there with Callus. We don't know if he's a thing or not.
Callus! He's another loose thread.
Right.
We still ain't even meet this dude. We don't know what's going on with Callus. Like, that, it's, again, you know, they're sitting on gems of lore. Tons of stuff that what they can do. Now, to your point, though, you made a good point. I hope they have enough time to actually get these threads done.
Yeah, I hope we
in
actually
this
get
game's life cycle.
some endings to some of these stories.
Yeah, we definitely need some endings for some of these stories because I hope it's just not too much and then nothing ever gets solved and then, you know,
like
God
D3's
forbid
made,
Bungie
we're
goes
3 more
out.
seasons in.
Yeah.
We're out in like who knows where. You got 4 more dangling thread stories, and then Bungie's done, and you're like,
Yeah.
OCD people losing their mind. Like, I need something.
Oh, bro, shout out Bugle said we just forgot about Drifter. We forgot about his whole thing.
Right.
With the 9. And you know, why are we doing it? He and I think he plays a huge. Remember, we made that decision.
Yeah.
To pick him. We got to see where that go. That still never came back.
Yeah, but he had the coin flip, and he saw the pyramid ship, and it was the pyramid ship that one. Are they actually coming? Is he going to be involved? He's still in the tower.
He's still in the tower.
He's still doing his little making moat energy thing that he's doing with his ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gaming Forte is like, we're going to die because Callus will betray us, and Callus is going to swallow the whole solar system with his ship. Just going to go through and vacuum up all the planets.
There you go. Little Death Star.
There's so much just lingering at this point, and now it's like, again, is this going to be a setup for another thing, or are we going to get any type of like finish to even what we're doing right now with the puzzles? And is our eulogy going to be just like a possible future? I mean, we're in the quarters of time, so maybe you could.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too.
I was like, you could see just a possible future.
Yeah, I mean, Tassie could be completely right too. I don't want to ignore him. I just think it's dope if he's wrong, but like it could be literally just a future that we seen, and we could prevent the. I mean, literally, that's what Osiris does. Literally, that's where he's going. Now we know what he does. He's just in here looking at timelines, looking at possibilities, and then it's like, okay, this can't happen, so we got to make sure we cut this timeline out. And this just could be something like that. That's just really cool, you know, whatever. But I am curious if they're not going to do this, right? If they're not going to kill our Guardian, then how do you start D3? How do you explain? What I've been wondering since. Right. How do you explain? Because you know they're going to hit us with the BS. You don't have your weapons.
Your tower exploded again and your vault is gone. You're like, I'm not doing that twice.
And they cannot pull the tower exploded again. Here come the pyramid ships, and we've lost the tower again. No, we've been there. We've done that.
They're better than that.
That's why part of me says this gotta be it.
But because see, like setting it in the game now, I don't think I could see us dying. That I'm not opposed to.
But let's be real. No, but let's be real.
But why would it be in the game? Why would it be in the game?
We wasn't supposed to find this.
Yes, we are.
Not this. I mean, remember the data mine stuff. We weren't supposed to find the data mine and the
But if you think Destiny 3 is going to be in 2021, there's no reason this needs to be in the game now.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you got me there. You got me there. You got me there.
See, I was like, Aries, I was like, I feel like it's way too soon for that to be any linkage to D3.
So y'all feel it? He feels that this is not connected. This is just like a random thing.
I think it's just going to be like. It could be like one of those timeline possible future things.
Possible futures.
And maybe there is a sword out there.
So my question to you guys, who says this is,
I mean,
how do you start? Let's theorize. Let's put our 10
I like what you're saying. Like somehow.
How do you start D3 though? What are you going to say? How can you say we're the same Guardian, right? You know we're going to lose all our stuff. You know it.
But if we lose, we went to save 14 to now, and he's here. Yeah. So for me, we can't have the stuff blow up again. It needs to be something major. I don't know if we are like stripped of our power and maybe we go dark side, or if we like something like that would be cool, or if we just make new Guardians. I mean, they want you to be on this journey.
There's rumor number 2 that we forgot. Remember rumor 2 with D3, something was leaked or some supposed source, anonymous, whatever his name was. Remember they said there was supposed to be a choice between Guardian. D3 would start off with Guardians choosing the light or the dark.
Yeah.
Again, that was something that was leaked in from a supposed anonymous leaker who has been right for a while. I don't know. Shout out to Harperion. He's got some good stuff.
Yeah, it's like I think the darkness kicks our butt, probably kills us, and we are either reborn as dark or light. So can you imagine
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So what if they pull like a Fortnite 1 and the end of Destiny 2 is season's wrapping up, with like the veil's starting to come, like the fights are getting more intense, and then finally it's just like if you're logged in on the last day of Destiny 2, just like everything, just nobody dies, but nobody's getting rezzed. There's just ghosts sitting there, and you can't, and like the respawn button is not there. It's like you have been forever lost or something like that. It just says, and like,
there you go.
And you just get like, and they just start shutting down Destiny 2. And then
how dope would that be? Chilling. That's the way to do it, bro. Like that. I love this idea. I hope they got the balls to do this. You guys could be right. I mean, I'm just.
But what about all my guns I've earned over the past 3 years?
But you'd accept it. You'd accept it. Your Guardian's dead, man.
The people who enjoy the lore and stuff would happily accept it. People who are like, I just want to play this game and get all my guns and have my fun. They'd be like, why'd you take all my guns? Because it's a new game. Enjoy.
It's a new game. Because we got to get rid of Telesto.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of all these broken guns that they don't
go away for sure.
Yeah, Bungie don't like. Yeah, man. Shout out to Forte. I believe this is the future we can avoid. At some point, we'll have to face the evil that will kill us. We just fight everything until that. Yeah, I mean, it could be something that we could try to avoid, and it could be. Yep, that's what I think. I think this is an eventuality. You know what I'm saying? We could try to delay it. It's inevitable. Run from it.
Well, that was the weird thing too. It almost seemed like, I mean, we were in the Veil ship. As powerful as whatever that being type situation is,
look how it was
to be like,
us.
hey, just. But it was like, is that the point where the dark or the light? Is that where you get to go choose the side of the Traveler or the side of the darkness? And like, literally the D3 you log in, do you pick Traveler or Pyramid?
Traveler, straight up. Remember, we finish Guardian Salvation Raid. Salute to Scarrow.
You might need to work on that.
He's hilarious. Listen, man. At the end of the day, we ended that salvation raid. The darkness gave us a choice. It was like, yo, I'm not the dude that you think I am. All right? You got it all twisted. That Traveler out here lying. You know what I'm saying? Yo, maybe our Guardian was, he was disobeyed. He wasn't with it. He got struck down. and they're literally hinting all these things right in front of us, man. I think it'll be cool. And it's to Neo Mental. He said only to have him bring it back slowly. It's not. They want to bring back some things, but let's be real. They want to introduce new things. So how you can't really do that. Let's be real. When the loot base, shout out to Lono, he had a fantastic point on this, maybe a couple of podcasts ago. When you have a looter shooter, right? We've got all these archetypes, right? All these weapon types, all the RPMs. Eventually, the loot becomes dense. There's only so much more you can make in said category. Yep. You gotta start over.
You gotta wipe it out. Yeah.
Now he was mentioning like decommissioning, like I don't know, old stuff. Like remember, like the Better Devils line of D2.
Yeah, like legendaries and some of those.
Like and pulling stuff back. I don't like guns going away. You know what I'm saying? But it's happening. There is no way. The best thing we gonna get is a nice little emblem at the start. Hey, you play D2. We may get a montage like how we had before. Yo, I was with E and Scarrow when we beat Guardian of Salvation on this date. And then we'll have our little memorabilia. You may get 1 or 2 items, but they are not bringing us back when we log into D3 day 1 with all of our stuff.
I can tell you that.
That's not happening.
If it says D3, we are starting over.
Fresh. And let's be real, at that point, we'll be we'll be in year 1, a full year of the next generation consoles. You know what I'm saying? They can leave the old stuff behind.
I do not develop that crap for PS4. I am seriously.
And by then, it'll be a full year from the Series X, who will then leave the Xbox One and the Xbox One S and all that crap behind. They'll have the
Well, then you're just
Zen
gonna be
and
on
the
the Xbox,
Navi.
right?
Yeah, the Xbox, right? The Tower of Power. You know what I'm
Can
saying? So
they
it's like
fix their name? Like, whether they're more
the naming
powerful or not, but
convention.
can they fix the naming ideas? My God.
Yeah, they was stupid. I can't stand the naming convention. I'm an Xbox guy. I do not like the naming conventions, but
Yeah.
that's just me. But yeah, like new character creations. Hopefully by then we'll have beards and mustaches and all type of cool
Mutton chops
things.
and mullets and who knows what else.
Yeah, and if you want to bring your basic face forward, maybe you do that. But your man's dead, so you can't do that. I just thought about it.
Yeah.
But
I was like, and I
yeah,
think that would be like, we need for them. This is the type of time, if they're able to financially afford it, to, you know, do the revamps to the system that they need, get deeper into that RPG mechanics type stuff. Dedicated servers, cross your fingers that could come in like 2 years. Cause like if you want PvP to be an actual thing on next gen consoles with cross play,
cross play will be in there too.
and that would be the thing. And that's why I was like, I think it takes the better
PC needs
hardware.
their own PC needs their own PvP lobby though. I said this, so shout out to Destiny Unfiltered. I was on their podcast.
Or
We
you
had
can
this
do
same
like
discussion.
Fortnite or one of those and choose
Yeah.
to pair it.
Opt in. Yeah, you got to give them.
with
You
PC.
You cannot let console dudes run in there. They would get roughshod. It would be spooky. You know what I'm saying? And the DDoS and all that. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So give the opt in. Have your dedicated servers, like E said. Continue. You use on roll.
Yeah, just all of those things to be, you know, more RPG mechanics. Maybe it's a light and dark type thing where you're actually fighting different sides and different stories and stuff of that nature. As he's saying, avoid the DDoS and get us some dedicated servers so that stuff. Like, you don't, I mean, am I crazy? But does DDoSing happen in Call of Duty?
I don't play enough for that.
I was like, I really don't know. If anybody's in chat, let me know, or you listen to this in the comments. Yeah. I haven't played Call of Duty in a while, but I don't know if that's actually a thing because I feel like Call of Duty is done. It is not done on dedicated servers, right? Theirs has to be. So, I mean, you can't just go smack somebody through theirs. They'd trace you pretty they'd figure it out pretty quick. So
again, it's not going to stop everything completely.
No, but
it's a more controlled environment. It's a better matchmaking environment.
It's a better lag situation for a lot of people.
Better lag situation. That's the thing. It's just a more stable environment that has a little bit more control. Because peer-to-peer is not it. Not right now. Peer-to-peer is no go. So
especially when you log in and half the characters on the other team are from the other side of the world. I'm like, yeah, no. I mean, there's been some really ridiculous things I've seen on Twitter for like little clips of like somebody being electrocuted through like halfway across the room, like the map. And then just some of the other things of just like lag. I'm like, it's those moments when you're just like annoyed. It's like, my games do this. They're back and forth and back and forth. I'm like, am I closer to the hosting side? I have a pretty good game. Do I feel like I can't hit the broadside of a barn? I must not be remotely near the host, and I can feel it. And it's
you can feel it. Yep.
And I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest in PvP. I'm okay, but it's like when you flip flop like that, and it could be the skill in the match lobby too. But when you can hit your shots and can't hit your shots, it's that. So dedicated servers. I want I want stats that actually give a damn.
Listen,
stats that
we do
matter.
know this. Yep, we do know this. Everything they finally admitted when they went solo, they are an MMO. They said it for the first time.
They have a long way to go to get there.
We know. I know you're not happy. I know. I get it. Let's be real. We are in the experimental phase for the ultimate goal of D3, pure MMO, pure hardcore. You know, everything that E needs. You know what I'm saying? It's harder when you're in game doing it because you can only do incremental kind of update because you can't upset the apple cart so much, right? But when you give someone a clean slate, like kill your character, you know what I'm saying? And start fresh, and dedicated servers and crossplay, you know, that's the opportunity to really buckle down and put all the ideas you really wanted to implement. And let's put the main thing too, new engine, tools, faster meta changing.
Can I please get like a screenshot mode? I can't tell you how many times I want to pull my weapon off of my screen and just take a crispy screenshot.
Crispy screenshot
the game
without any.
Gorgeous in so many different places and little moments, and I'm just like, photo mode. That's all I want.
All we need, photo mode. So many next gen, and again, at that point, 2021 and beyond, consoles will have caught up. We'll have those beastie Zens and those beastie Navis. They'll be right. PS5 will be rocking. They'll have those SSDs.
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you for putting me onto that, E. Jesus, it's night and day, boy.
Oh, yeah.
I am SSD bougie, boy. I can't even touch my Xbox One. I bought an SSD for my Xbox One.
Yeah.
That's how bougie I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
we're not doing this. I'm not sitting there. I can literally cook food and go to going from orbit to the tower. Like that's ridiculous. But yeah, man. Look, I'm excited. I really hope they do this. I really hope they do this, E, man. I think this will be a ballsy move, but a cool move. And it excites me. I hope it happens. I really do.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nut, as well. Just to be like, can you build your own? Can you build your character the way you want to?
Yeah, that'd be nice for a masterwork too.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of hope.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's a whole lot of speculation on this one because it's been a quiet week and
Mhm.
there's a giant mystery still going on, so we don't know what's happening. My
Mhm.
hunch, if the spoilers are true, is that
Mhm.
that is a possible timeline, but they're
Mhm.
almost setting us up to be able to know that we can experience that sometime in the future. I don't think now sets up D3, but I
Right.
think our
I agree.
Guardian dying to get to D3 makes sense. I
Yeah.
would actually love them to be like, hey, Destiny 2 servers are going offline. How
Mhm.
angry would people be if they brought back Trials
If
and then
you-
they shut it down, though? You can't have
That'd
it
be kinda
both
funny.
ways.
You can't have it both ways. Yeah, you can't have it both ways. Listen,
Which
we
one?
gonna have a
Okay,
couple
so
of
which one would you?
seasons.
Okay, here. Which one would you rather have?
Mm-hmm.
Like no Trials, but it's in D3, or
Mhm.
get Trials now, but it shuts down and then you lose it again.
Why I gotta shut my trials down so quickly? Man?
If
We
you
gonna have
kill
trials for a while.
everything in Destiny 2 and you want to actually kill, if you did a Fortnite moment of a black hole
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
come back,
We're gonna have a year. We have like a year. Relax.
okay, but I'm just saying,
relax.
even if people
Uh-huh.
enjoy it for a year and it's ripped away,
Hey, it happened in D1. That's what we had to deal
but
with.
I was like, the other side of that too is, do you think they would get rid of like the Vanguard? Would everyone die, or would just we die in the fight? Would the Vanguard survive? Travelers,
I think we probably got
like
maybe like
whether it's
one more
Zavala,
major
Ikora,
death.
or Shax,
I think we
or
got like one more major death. We gotta look. You know how you know the secret of who's gonna survive? Look at the voice contracts. Who's under contract? Who's cost too much? Lance Redden cost a lot. I don't know, but he's very loyal to the game, so I don't know. Lance Redden seemed like he's loyal, so I don't know. We gotta see. Was the guys with the biggest names? They ain't coming back. Like all those dudes, like I knew the speaker was out
even
at
though
some
Zavala,
point.
I see him literally tweeting that he's playing Destiny, so I feel like he'll still do it.
Yeah, no, he's hardcore.
But I also could
see
see him go. Like
too.
if he
I could
actually,
see him go.
he would be one who would like be. Trying to think of the right word. He would be the
Nope.
one who would be like redeemed by like a sacrificial moment.
Yes.
He would
And
like if he gave
yeah.
his self,
Yep.
if he gave himself,
Facts.
he would finally
Facts.
cement himself in history. But that's the only way he
Yes.
could go well.
I agree. The base would feel that.
Yeah.
It would be the perfect way to go out. And let's be real, they got the perfect replacement already with Saint. So yeah, we'll get over it. We'll get over it fairly.
Yeah, you got different Titans,
yeah.
but I was like, but I think Zavala, if he did sacrifice, that would actually be a really cool story moment for him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he sacrificed himself for Ikora. Ikora is just this like, don't do it, not this time. I can't lose you. And he's just like, go, I've got this.
Go, I've got this.
I'll hold this forever. And he has like half a planet-sized bubble, and you know the power of it is going to kill him or something like that.
Yep. Starts cracking, and you see him going down. Yeah, they can have a real emotional moment for him, man. Do him right, man.
Do him right.
Send him off right. That'll be cool. I'm with it. Yeah, man.
Could you see Trials coming back as a battle royale? Oh, God.
Oh, Lord, no. Don't you say that evil word. We don't say that evil word in here.
I'm hoping battle royales kind of had their peak, and the ones that are still in it between basically PUBG and Fortnite and Apex are the ones that have survived. That's basically it. That's a game mode that's out there now. Those three can keep their live service thing going. It's fine, but
yeah. No, Trials will be fine. Like I said, we'll have it. We'll rock out. You know what I'm saying, to the end of D2, and then they're gonna shut it down though, just like they did D1. It will be a shutdown period, and D3 launch, and we'll see when they bring it back or whatever. But and you know how Bungie is, they can't take stuff away and then bring it back. That's what Bungie does.
Yeah,
that's what we.
I don't know. So yeah, obviously the second half of this podcast has been a whole lot of speculation. The spoilers are all about, or data mining, I should say. But as of right now, this is recorded on the 17th. So we don't know what's happening with the puzzle as of now. So if you listen to this later, we don't know.
This will be a cool podcast to go back to.
Yeah, in a few weeks, hopefully, depending on how long this thing takes. Yeah.
Yeah. This will be a cool because just to see where our theories are and how things land. That'll be dope.
Oh yeah. What this number 87? Somebody out there remember number 87 as the one of our speculation for D3 dying. That would be, I would lose my mind if I did log into D3 and it was literally Traveler or Pyramid and you're like, pick. And I'm like, what?
What?
I was like, what does this mean? If I pick Darkside, can I never play with Cognito if he goes Traveler? Is it truly Horde and Alliance like World of Warcraft?
It's gonna be crazy.
They're gonna come full circle.
Remember the rumor?
PvE, World of Warcraft and Destiny.
PvEP.
PvE.
Remember? Yeah, that was the big. Remember that guy who was leaking was on fire up until that point. We haven't heard from him since. He was supposedly inside collection on Bungie, knowing what's going on, and he was on fire.
They finally fired their leak.
Yeah, they got the snitch. Whoever the snitch was, they found who.
Snitch has got a few snitches right there.
They got him. Bro. Stop leaking our stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's gonna be crazy, bro. I can't wait. All right, a lot of potential.
I think we're coming up towards about 2 hours on the recording.
Yes, sir.
So you guys got mine before. I'm Ebontis everywhere. I'll let him just give us the juicy tidbits on who's your guest, and we will get these awesome folks out of here. You guys have been amazing.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome. The stream has been on fire.
Seriously,
man. Salute for rocking with us on that crazy speculation. You already know, at Lord Cognito again on Twitter, and of course, lordsofgaming.net is the website. Please check us out. Yes, this Sunday, Iron Lords podcast special guest. We have the PR and community developer of Compulsion Games, Miss Nyla Hajas. Amazing. Compulsion has some great potential. They've been actually signed now as one of Xbox Game Studios, and I think they were an initial game they made. First game was like Contrast for PS4. I believe it was a PS4 launch title. And then We Happy Few. And now as a small studio, to get the backing from Microsoft and, to be part of that little pantheon, we're going to see what they got coming up next. So I'm excited to talk to her. She is a hardcore gamer and cosplay. She's really cool. Yeah, man, I can't wait to have her in the realm, pick up brains, talk gaming. We'll talk about the latest topics. Obviously, Sony with the whole E3 thing. We'll talk about Horizon Zero Dawn going to PC. We're giving y'all the sneak peek right now. So we got a lot of Sony topics, some Xbox topics. Please check us out. Sunday. Game delays. Yes.
The spring is looking kind of sparse right now, man.
Yeah, man.
Fall is looking crazy. Be stupid again, but yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it. And of course, like I said, Sunday's 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, the last word with my man, Ebontis. We got some big guests. That guy, man, one of the best content creators in the game. My boy,
that's a high bar. Don't put me up there. Calm down.
He's up there. And the goal, y'all, we got to get him to the summit. We're going to do all our power. We need E in there. Get him to the summit so he can do what he do, so he can influence this game how we want. So, yeah. Salute to E. No doubt. And of course, King of the Statues is up right now. If you like big statue, shout out to my man King David. He's got it going on right now. He's got Loki. He's got Green Lantern. If you like comic statues, man, please check this guy out. Like, he's killing. He's giving you lore. He's giving you synopsis about the character. Really cool stuff, man, if you like that stuff. So check it out. That's all I got. So thank you guys. Mm-hmm. So for today, we're wrapping up right at 10 o'clock. This is episode 87 of The Last Word. And we've got a couple weeks. Look forward, special guest. We're looking to try and get a couple people in here. Yeah. Definitely one right around Empyrean Foundation. So we know that's going to be something big. So trying to get a guest post after that one. So stay tuned. That'll be a good one. Mm-hmm. Shout out to our 49ers. Trying to hold it down this weekend, man. Ready, go. Let's go.
So hopefully this weekend and then one more.
One more, baby. Take care of business. We go to the bowl, baby. Woo!
That's the goal.
Let's do it, man. That's the goal.
Quest for 6. That is all we got. So until next week, hopefully we're still smiling ear to ear. Episode 87, January 17th. And it has been The Last Word.